Now, accounting principles. The first accounting principle is accounting entity or business entity or separate entity concept or principles. According to the business entity principle, business is considered a separate entity distinct from its owner. Both are owner and the business. They are two different entities. The proprietor of the business is considered as a creditor of the business to the extent of his capital. Whatever capital he has invested in the business, he becomes a creditor. That capital is considered as a liability and the owner is considered as a creditor of the business. His capital is considered as liability of the firm, similar to borrowing from the outsiders. The separate set of books of accounts is kept and maintained for recording business transactions. For each and every transaction, separate books are kept. Transactions are to be recorded from the point of view of the business entity and not from the point of view of the proprietor or the owner. So whatever transactions are being recorded, that transactions are assumed to be of the firm, means related to the firm, not related to the owner of the firm or the proprietor of the firm. The personal transactions of the owners are kept separate. If cash or goods are withdrawn by the proprietor, it is considered as his drawing and firm may charge interest on it. If a proprietor is withdrawing cash or good from the firm for his personal use, that will be called as his drawings, and these drawings may, if the firm wants, it can charge an interest on the amount. Similarly, if the proprietor has some other business entity, its accounts should be kept separately. If the owner of A business is also conducting B business, then the accounts of A business should be kept separately and the accounts of B business should be maintained separately. Thus, it is clear that the business and its owner are considered as separate entity for the purpose of accounting. This assumption applies to all other forms of organization with sole proprietorship, partnership or a company. Now, the need of this accounting entity or business entity principle are in the presentation of financial statements of the business enterprise. Business and the owner who constitute the business are treated as two separate entities distinct from each other. If such an assumption is not considered, the operating financial results of a business enterprise cannot be obtained. So to obtain the exact financial results of a business enterprise in form of profit and loss account and the balance sheet, the business and the firm and the owner of the business, they should be considered as two separate entities. A vague and a confusing view would be drawn. It would be very difficult to distinguish the personal expenses and business expenses. A distinction between income of business and income of the owner, which is a very crucial matter to determine the worthiness of business enterprise, cannot be drawn. So the expenses of the business, the expenses of the owner, the income of the business, the income of the owner, if they will not be demarcated, then the actual worthiness of the business will become impossible to be evaluated. Now, the limitations of this method: drawing the line of separation between the owner and the business is very thin in the case of sole proprietorship and partnership. but not in case of companies. Sometimes it becomes very difficult to differentiate between the personal expenses and business expenses. The second principle is money measurement or monetary unit concept. According to this concept or principle, only those transactions are recorded in the books of accounts which can be measured in terms of money. On the other hand, all those transactions which cannot be measured in terms of money are not recorded and ignored in the books of accounts. For example, appointment of manager, harmonious relations between the employer and the employee team of dedicated workers, they are all very important for the business organization, but they cannot be measured in terms of money, or there is no monetary involvement in such type of exclamations. Therefore, they will not be recorded in the books of account. Only the monetary transactions will be recorded in the books of account. The money measurement principle requires the recording of the transactions in monetary form, a distinct unit, and cannot be added together to exhibit a meaningful information. If all these assets are measured in terms of money, they can be easily recorded in the books of accounts, which is not possible. Then need of this principle. Recording transaction in terms of money helps in fulfilling the objective of accounting, that is ascertaining the profitability and or a solvency of the business enterprise. So to come to know about or to find out the solvency of the business enterprise and its profitability, it is important to record monetary transactions in the books of accounts. The limitations. Money measurement underline the fact that in accounting only those events happening or transactions can be recorded which can be measured in terms of money only. However, there are certain facts which, though important for judging the financial position of the business enterprise, cannot find place in the books of accounts because they cannot be measured in terms of money. Some very important acts that have taken place in the business organization but where no money has been spent will not be recorded anywhere in the books of accounts because they are not monetary transactions. So only the monetary transactions are recorded. So in this way, the actual functioning of the business organization cannot be ascertained. Another limitation of the concept is associated with the purchasing power. The primary characteristic of the monetary unit is, since the transactions are recorded at their money value on the date of occurrence, it ignores subsequent changes in the money value. If a person has purchased an asset on, say, 2 years before, the asset will be recorded in the books of account on the basis of the actual price paid, or if some expenses have also been incurred, then they will be added to the cost of the asset. After 2 years, the asset will be valued in accordance to that particular amount only, and the money value of the asset prevailing in the market will be totally ignored. In other words, money measurement ignores the impact of price level changes by not considering the inflationary movements into account.